Hey, this is Rumen, aka Prue, and Lubo, and we're from The Daily Struggle.
And we welcome you to another episode of Waiting in Line, where this week we're going to be reviewing Oz the Great and Powerful. Check it out!
You're gonna need this!
You're in Oz. Aren't you the great man we've been waiting for?
As you can tell by the trailer, a lot of people were excited to see this movie.
Yeah, absolutely.
I guess we're going to start off right away. James Franco is the womanizing con artist who gets teleported to the land of Oz. And there, he finds out that everyone expects him to fulfill this prophecy and become this great and powerful Wizard of Oz. The acting in the opening sequence is a little over the top.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Just a little bit. But once you recognize that it is intentional, you start to realize that the movie is exactly that. Pretty damn good. Rumen, do you know what separates mediocre movies from, let's say, great ones?
I'm not sure.
Well, it's actually the supporting cast. I mean, I think they play a very big role.
Yeah, and we're lucky in this movie. We have Zach Braff to play the assistant to Oz, and he does so in the real world and in the world of Oz, and he does an absolutely fantastic job. You will fall in love with the character within 30 seconds, and that's something very refreshing to see on screen because sometimes that just one performance isn't enough.
If you guys got a chance to check out our last segment, towards the end of it, we told you that we like to bitch and moan about movies.
Which is very true.
It is very true. So, this is our bitching and moaning section. You can take it as pros and cons, however you want to. I'm going to start off with the very first thing that caught my attention, and that is that apparently the only way for you to get to Oz involves a hot air balloon and the vortex of a tornado.
Which is fine, but I mean, you have to think about the fact that they did have to go play off of the older movie, which is why they use the vortex again, to sort of bring people back to what they liked about Oz to begin with. So I think in that way, I think it was fair that that's how they brought him over to Oz. They could have probably pushed the envelope a little bit and not have him go into a tornado as well, unless that's of course the only way to go to Oz.
I just want to point out, by the way, that that's like getting hit by lightning twice. I mean,
seriously.
What are the chances Dorothy and the wizard are going to get hit by, a tornado?
Yeah, most people get caught in a tornado, they die. One of the things that we're going to talk about are the graphics that you absolutely can't miss. The visual effects are stunning in this movie, and the colors just are more vibrant than you could ever kind of imagine, and they really bring you into Oz a lot easier, and it makes it a lot more believable.
I have to respectfully disagree. I think that the industry standard nowadays is to push graphics further than they've ever gone, and unfortunately I don't think this movie does it.
Can you give me some examples of areas
Yeah,
that fall
absolutely.
short?
One of the biggest things for me whenever I'm watching a movie is to suspend my disbelief, or the willingness to suspend my disbelief. And quite frankly, with this movie, what kept waking me up from my Wizard of Oz dream that I was put in was the interaction between the real life characters and the little China girl.
Okay, fair enough. But one thing that did kind of bother me a little bit was the fact that these are witches, and these witches seemingly have no powers. It was kind of interesting to see. The only powers they really had were stuff they stole from Star Wars, like lightning hands and fireballs. Like, these are supposed to be witches, grand and powerful, being able to control a big land, and the only thing they could come up with was fogs and bubbles.
Since we're on the topic of witches, I think that Michelle Williams' portrayal of Glinda was just subpar. Honest to goodness, at best it was subpar. And then on top of that, okay, this is something that's been bothering me for, I don't know, the past maybe like 5-6 years. What exactly is with this obsession that witches and wizards have to have an object that gives them their power?
One of the other things that really I was not a big fan of is the wand battle at the end of the movie. Very predictable wand battle. Somebody throws their beam and the other person throws their beam, and they kind of hold it there for a while, and
your beam with my beam,
and then
beam
lots of beams, and
lots of beaming,
and it ends up, you know, it's like this big explosion. They both fall down. That's It's so lame. You're using magic. You should be doing so much more with it, and the fact that they didn't was kind of a letdown, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I agree completely with you on this one.
We will definitely be posting more updates. I know Ben is going to be coming out with the next part of his story.
I'm actually excited for the 5th installment.
And more art's going to be coming as well as I get better, and we are working on a couple of different projects.
Overall, I'm going to give this movie a 5 out of 6. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. I think it's a really good grade for a movie, especially you know, coming out in March. I think it's a
absolutely. Great. At times, I did feel my tear ducts working overtime. However, to be honest, this is not the movie that I'm going to buy and watch on a cold winter night.
Once again, this is Rumen, aka Prue, and Lubo from The Daily Struggle, and this was Waiting in Line.
Join us next week as we attempt to conquer the beast.
Be weak.